Hello everybody, I am with your 888 Poker Live in London champion, James Williams. Now this was definitely not an easy feat to come to this moment, but from what I understand, you're quite an experienced cash game player. I think probably the final table was something slightly easier for you than some of the other players, but talk to me a little bit about what this journey felt like for you.
It was long. There was a lot of battles going on, especially I found day two very deep. The caliber of players there were very good. You had like David Peters and all the Thomas Muhlacher, and today Antoine was putting me in some really tough spots. And then heads up, had a tricky customer as well. And
I love that tricky customer.
We had a lot of interesting hands. He nearly made me fold in a massive pot when I had top pair. When he had a second pair. It was a pretty decent bluff from him. I wasn't really sure. I needed another time bank card really, but in the end I decided to go with it, and that was kind of lucky. And then it just went from there really.
So did you feel like you had a little bit of a read on him or a little bit of an understanding, or was it like, okay, this is just a spot where I'm definitely calling here?
I was just going through it and I was thinking like, would he really jam King Jack here? Would he really jam King 10? He's like really only saying he's got King Queen and Jack 10. I felt. Or maybe some weird two pair which I couldn't really put him on, so in the end I decided to call. I just felt he wouldn't move all in with a lot of the hands he'd just bet normally. I felt, so I called. And then obviously at the end here, the backdoored 10s, and I was a bit worried he might have checked back a 10 on the turn and then river trips, but I mean it's quite unlikely, so that was that really.
Hero call is my favorite call. It's the favorite call of all, I think, for almost everyone in poker. I met earlier our sixth place finisher, who was a friend of yours, a mate of yours, that you guys were both at the final table. I think is a really interesting story and also obviously a statistical improbability. So talk to me a little bit about how cool it was to share this journey with your friend.
Yeah, it was really good. We're really shocked to both make day three. This never really happened before. I think we final tabled once before in like a smaller tournament in London, but we had some close calls where anything could have happened. I think he would have been pretty unhappy if I knocked him out, but it would have had to if it came down to it. So that's the way it goes, I guess.
Yeah, nobody wants to be that guy to his friend, but thank you. It didn't have to go that way. Well, I think, for someone who's obviously you've had lots of, fiduciary success in the cash game world, but in the tournament world, I think it's always something really special to capture a title and to, be the last person standing in a tournament. So tell me, what it feels like to be here in this moment.
It feels amazing. The thing is, in the last year or so, I switched to tournaments. I used to be a cash game pro, and I've been studying really hard and playing loads, and I've had some big scores online, which is mainly down to study and hard work, and hopefully I've improved and played better each time I've played in the tournament. So it was a very nice win. It hasn't really sank in yet. It doesn't really feel real, to be honest with you. I don't really know. I feel a bit dazed.
How amazing, though, to put your sort of money where your mouth is and to direct yourself in this direction, and then to, at the end of the year, just go ahead and capture a title.
It's amazing. I've been aiming for a title for a long time live, but now obviously I've won one. It doesn't really feel like I have at the moment. It feels a bit strange.
Give it a few days, baby. Don't worry. I'm sure you'll feel it.
Yeah.
A huge congratulations. It was wonderful to watch you play. You're a very interesting player to watch. And for those who missed it, of course, you guys can check it out on the 888 Poker Twitch or the YouTube. But in the meantime, don't click away from us here on PokerNews.com.